Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Hey everyone, welcome to our chemistry learning video today.
Before we start, let us introduce ourselves. I'm Hafifah.
And I'm Nurliyah. We are students from chemistry education at Universitas Samudra.
Today, we are going to talk about something super thin but super important, the structure of atom.
Okay. Have you ever wondered how things like ponds, water, or even air are made?
The answer is in atom. Let's start from the very basic.
Atoms make up everything. But what makes up atoms? Protons, electrons, and neutrons. There are 118 different kinds of atoms, which are each the smallest part of an element. If we observe elements like gold, carbon, and oxygen, we can see that they have very different properties that don't look or act the same. But why are they so different? Well, it comes down to what's inside their atoms. As you can see here, atoms are types of tiny particles called protons, electrons, and neutrons. And each of these tiny particles does something special. For example, it's the number of protons inside an atom that makes each element different. If we look at the periodic table, the first element, hydrogen, has 1 proton. The second element, helium, has 2 protons. And the third element, lithium, has 3 protons. This goes on all the way up to the 118th element, oganesson, which has, that's right, 118 protons in its nucleus. By the way, the number of protons in an atom is also called its atomic number, which you can see here on the periodic table of elements. Now, electrons are much smaller than protons, and they zip around protons at lightning speed, making up something called an electron cloud around the atom. Electrons do this because they have a negative electrical charge, which always pulls towards the proton's positive electrical charge. This pull between the positive protons and the negative electrons is called the electric force, and it's always there. So whenever a free electron gets close enough to a lonely proton, zap, they'll become part of the same atom. That's why all the elements have the same number of electrons and protons. So why do atoms need neutrons? Well, without neutrons, the electric force will cause the positively charged protons to push each other out of the atom. But there's a stronger force that exists between neutrons and protons, which stops the protons from flying apart. It's called the strong nuclear force, or strong force for short. And it kind of works like glue to hold the nucleus together. If there were no neutrons, everything would simply be hydrogen.
What is an atom? Atoms are the smallest unit of element. Everything around us is made of atoms.
Inside an atom, there are proton, neutron, and electron. Proton and neutron are in the center, and electron move around them.
Think of electron like little satellite spinning around the center of the atom.
The way these particles are arranged make the atom stable, and every element has a. The way these particles are arranged make the atom stable, and every element has a different particle arrangement.
The atomic model we know today is the result of hundreds of years of research.
It started with Dalton. He said atoms are solid and can be split.
The Kemp Thomson, he discovered of electron and made the plum pudding model.
Next, Rutherford is goal for experiment to discover the atom nucleus.
After that, Bohr estimated that electron move in certain energy level.
Finally, Sir improved the model with the idea of the electron cloud. Now we know electrons don't spin in physics fast but have chance of being in certain areas.
If we only learn the theory without knowing it is can boring.
But actually, atom structure has a big role in our everyday life.
Take water, for example, H2O is made of 2 hydrogen atom and 1 hydrogen atom. If the atom were arranged differently, water would be the same.
Salt or NaCl is formed from the bond between sodium and chloride.
We can understand all of this because we learn about atomic structure.
Atom structure also explains why elements can interact with each other.
The electron in the other cell decide whether an element is reactive or not.
That's why alkali metals like sodium are very reactive, while notable gases like helium are very stable.
This is also the reason for how the periodic table is arranged by atomic number and electron configuration.
When you think about it, big thing often smart from something small. Just like how we understand the world.
And atoms are the way to learning chemistry.
Now we know that atoms are just learning theories. They are the building blocks of everything we see and use.
The more we learn, the more amazed we are by how the little God's creation is.
Hope this video makes you more excited to learn chemistry.
Feel free to leave a comment if you have still a question or want us to explain the topic. Yeah.
See you in the next learning video. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye.